Peace Reflections. This is day 6, no meat. I made 2 shorts and then I reached, I guess, the daily upload limit. You feel I for today? Because I made some shorts prior to the 2 shorts I made. All within today. Like I made more than 2 shorts is what I'm saying. But I made 2 shorts in relation to it being day 6, no meat. So I made 2 shorts of it being day 6, no meat, and then I was going to make another one and keep going. I was going to make this into shorts, but then I got hit with the daily upload limit for shorts, but it seems like I can still upload videos, so I'm going to just come on and do what I'm doing, which is make this into a video, finish what I wanted to say. And in the shorts, I was talking about how I was having a conversation with my mom, you feel me? My human being mother, because I'm a demigod, you feel I'm the soul, and Black and Latino people are the soul, so I'm my species, but I'm in a mixed vessel. So I'm an Anunnaki god that has some animal genetics from the human being genome that comes from my human being mother. But my dad is a god, you feel me? He's so-called Puerto Rican and Cuban and Black, which are just titles they placed upon my species, Anunnaki gods, you feel And anytime a god mixes with a human being, or a goddess mixes with a human being, that baby is instantly a god as well. Picture a human being womb like a clear empty bottle. The human being genome is like just like a clear bottle of water, just a regular bottle of water, right? Now a juice packet, like those little juice packets that come in those little slim, like where you can, those little slim packets where you can take off the top and pour it in the water bottle and make like Kool-Aid or some shit. Those juice packets, picture that as the genetics of the god species, the Black and Latino species, right? Now, when we mix with a human being, it's like pouring that juice packet into the water bottle. I said juice packet weird, but it's like pouring that juice packet into the water bottle and then shaking it all up, and you see how that water, it's no longer even water. It doesn't even taste like water. Water was just the medium used to create the higher form it became, which is the juice it becomes, right? Now, take that as the human being. The human being comes from us originally anyway. They're made in our form. They're just animal hybrids, but they have our form, our bodies, the drop of our blood. So when it is that they then have sex with us and have a child with us and mate with us, that child then basically returns to the original source it's supposed to be. It's basically taking a human being and then re-putting them back into having a soul, or rather it makes the human being vessel capable of holding a soul. But it's not even a human being vessel. It's just my vessel has animal genetics within it, but it's fully conquered by the God genome. Like basically the God genetics seep into the body that my mom was creating into her womb and fuses into it to make it become a carbonated God vessel. So I'm a demigod, but really I'm a soul. I say that all to deeply explain the way I talk and the position I talk from, and how I talk so comfortably and talk as if I am Black Latino myself, because I am Black and Latino. I'm Latino and Black, literally, but also because I'm the soul, and my species are souls to begin with. That's the thing that makes us gods to begin with, because we are the soul stepping into the body, and the soul is a piece of the universe. The soul is a piece of source. You feel I? A soul is its own mini source. You feel I? So, for you to understand anything that we be talking about when it goes to what our species are, you would understand that we are souls to begin with. If you understand any of what we're talking about, if you understand that we're gods and goddesses, if you really understand what we be talking about, any reflection who talks about the truth of our species, Blacks, Latinos, then you would understand that we're not even the body to begin with. That's where all this even stems from. The fact that we are higher forms of energy stepping into a lower density meat suit. You feel I? All the energy down here descends from the source of energy up in higher realms. And we come from higher realms. All this energy down here comes from the sources we come from anyway. We just come down here. We are energy itself. You feel I? So my human being mother, we was having a conversation. And we was just talking about, some different shit. And we got to a point where we were talking about how I'm not eating the man-made food anymore. You feel I? I'm cleansed from it. I'm back on my high frequency of eating only fruits. And then through that, one thing led to another, and she brought up how we don't need to eat meat anymore. We don't need to eat any of this food anymore. It's not like we're slaves anymore. You feel I? And she was speaking as if she knew about how my people were forced to eat meat on the slave plantations. Maybe she does know about that. I didn't even ask her. Because that's the thing, like her saying that then sparked me after the conversation a little bit later. When I was thinking back to it, I was like, holy shit, wait. She's right, because when we were on the slave plantations, that's when they was forcing us to eat the meat. They was forcing us to eat pig guts and pig organs and pig testicles and fucking the worst parts of the chicken and all these different parts of the cow, or just the worst parts of the animal. We didn't eat dead flesh, period. But then they would also feed us the worst parts of the dead flesh on the slave plantations. But it's the fact that they forced us to eat dead meat, period. We didn't eat dead meat at all. We come from living alongside our animals in nature. We eat fruits. Really, we eat energy. We eat the sun. The same technology that my plants possess to eat energy, to convert sunlight into energy to feed on, is the same technology that our avatars possess, because we spring from nature. Blacks, Latinos are the same thing that the plants are in our cells, in our body, our biology, our chemistry. Literally, we're plant-based. We're nature-based. So we feed on the soil the same way a plant does. That's why we put our feet in the soil. We come alive once we put our feet in the soil, just like how you have to put a plant in the soil. And then we eat the energy of the sun and the air, the fresh air, the ether. You feel I? So my being is a divine nature being. My species are divine nature beings that come from nature, that never ate meat. And we didn't start eating meat until it was forced upon our being through being enslaved on their slave plantations. And then after that, when we started coming into their cities and towns and living amongst them. Because like I was saying in the shorts, most of us weren't even on the slave plantations. Most of us was still in the land. This planet was filled with us. This planet belongs to us. Blacks, so-called Blacks, Latinos are the beings that belong to this planet and that this planet belongs to. These human beings, these white people, and all the different variants, the Japanese, Chinese, the fake Mexicans, the fake Asians, and the fake Indians, they're all made in our image, and they only came here and are within the history of the cosmos very recently. They've only very recently came into creation. They have a very short chapter, a brief period of existence. We've been here since the beginning of creation. We've been here forever. My people, Blacks, Latinos, and the form we have comes from the being we are in the cosmos, of our true form of what our species really is. That's where we really come from. That's why the idea of God being in the heavens really comes from, because the heavens is the cosmos, and God is the name of a species. And the beings down here descend from that cosmic species we are, which are giant beings, carbonated beings, divine creators. We just fell in frequency and been trapped within this planet here, down here. You feel I? These human beings, made by our fallen brother Zeus, can eat meat. They have the animal genetics too. But they got us to eat meat, and it deeply hinders us. It deeply hinders us. And it throws our whole being out of whack, our whole connection to source, everything, the whole technology of our avatar. It's like we can't even tap into ourselves. We just get locked within the physical. Locked within the physical. You feel I? But so yeah, day 6, no meat. I'm feeling really good. I'm moving forward with this divine intention, with my higher self. I'm moving forward on this higher frequency. Breaking free from this man-made drug food. I'm tuning into my path fully, my journey fully. I'm breaking free from gluttony. I'm breaking free from all these archons that were feeding on my energy. I'm breaking free from all these succubus spirits feeding on my energy through lust, my semen. I'm breaking free from all these lower realms, these lower realities I was stuck in, where they were feeding my energy. And I'm rising up into my higher self and walking in my divine path. I'm being used as a vessel by Source to bring truth, cosmic vibrations, and a high vibrational energy into this realm again. I'm being used as a vessel for the Most High, for Source, for Mother Universe. You feel I? To fight against this system and all tyranny and all forms of oppression. You feel I? I'm activating fully. I'm shedding off all these things that were keeping I stuck, stagnant, shackled in the physical, shackled in my lower self, my lower nature, a slave to my lower desires or my own body, feeling like I'm controlled by the phone, controlled by entertainment, like I'm living in my body and my body is controlling me. That's how they had me feeling, like I was a slave to my body, to the physical. Feeling horrible, dead, groggy from all this food, barely alive. All that's done with. I'm supposed to be out in real energy, outside in nature. A real being. Like, it deeply hindered us to be stuck in these rooms. No fresh energy, staring at this screen, artificial energy. If you're basically a walking plant, it's like they took you out of what it was supposed to be feeding you and fueling you and allowing you to reach your highest potential being, and they put you in this little dead room where there's no real energy. The energy's stale. You're eating all this dead, disgusting shit. They were changing our beings. They were literally changing us to become human. These human beings made in our image, they were taking us out of nature and they have us living in their cities and towns and concocting an experiment on how to make us human. Destroy our God genetics and make us like them. Destroy our nature genetics. We're nature beings. We eat real energy, the energies of life. The energies in the air, the soil, life. I keep saying the energies in the soil and the air because you know that feeling when you step outside and it feels like you're actually alive, like there's not just fresh energy, it feels like there's energy around you, period. It's like you get hit with that feeling. You feel That's the ether all around you. And then if you're out in that all the time and then out in nature, if just being outside for a few minutes when you step outside gives you that feeling, imagine if you're always outside and then you stay outside and then that energy just starts building up and building up and building up. Imagine if you spent a whole month out in nature. That's what I'm trying to say. And then imagine if you always lived out in nature, the type of being you would become, how you would change, evolve, metamorphosize. That's what I'm trying to say my being is. My species is. Because we come from nature. They took us out of nature. And they've been mutating our being. Not really mutating, but rather changing our being. Metamorphosizing our being into a lower form. Because we morph and shape and change based off our environment and the energies that are fed to us and the energies we receive. The things that we put into us and that we're around, we basically mimic and form into. We're a result of all the things we put into us, of all the things we absorb. We're energy beings. We're a container of energy that forms into all the energies being put into our container. So we're a result of everything around us, right? So when they took us out of nature and put us in these cities and towns, it's like we started shrinking, dwindling, losing energy, changing. You feel But so yeah, all that's breaking down. We're tuning into our divine truth again. My species is waking up more and more. We're going out in nature more and more. We're eating fruits more and more. We're starting to remember the name of our species, Anunnaki gods and goddesses, the name of our planet, planet Kai. For Anunnaki, Anunnaki. You can either say it as Anunnaki or Anunnaki, same word. That's where the planet Kai comes from, for that Kai and Anunnaki, or Anunnaki. Because Anunnaki or Anunnaki is spelled Annunnaki. So either way, there's the Ki at the end, and that's where the Kai comes from for planet Kai. You feel I? But so yeah, word. This is day 6, no meat. Day 6, no meat. I'm tuning in fully into my higher reality. Fully into the frequency of my higher self. Of eating only fruits and plants. And then really, even beyond that, eating the sun. Tuning into the real natural state I come from. Where we would eat the sun and eat the energies of air and nature. Like, I'm just activating my being on all levels and tuning into the God I am. So yeah, peace to everyone who tapped in. I appreciate you all. I'm sending y'all good energy. You feel I? And yeah, one.